We've already talked about a little bit how this film was written and the process of that, and also how it was shot and some of the things that were used for shooting it, including the green screen and the type of lights for green screen, which were like three
soft lights.
Three soft lights. Three soft light boxes. And like a DSLR.
Yeah.
Amazon.
And then two
and Williams sound equipment.
And then Williams sound equipment that was borrowed from Lonnie's.
Oh, thank you.
Which is
nice. Thank you, Lonnie.
Lonnie is actually the person who owns it.
A reveal!
I lent you guys Lonnie's sound equipment.
I mean, I think that's something to say about Chicago, though. At least, I mean, it's like it's his, it's mine. Don't give a fuck.
I mean, I love that. Yeah,
we
It makes it happen, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you
fucking
so much.
Nick just used his car to bring so much shit here for no reason. He
Did
did not have to do that. You didn't even get like food out of it.
He's getting points on the back.
Doing something right now.
I told you I already sent the invoices. I'm just waiting for those to come through.
Nick owns 75%.
I have so many fucking emails in my full inbox.
He's got equity.
He's gonna get $200.
I want $200.
Alright.
Yeah, it's a real producer thing. I bought 90%, someone else bought 90%. This is good at all. It's gonna be bankrupt you terribly.
I'm already.
Hey, join the club.
Yeah.
Filmmakers, yeah. Hey, I thought you were gonna drink your fist. That's some bullshit, alright?
I'm gonna chug my fist.
Yeah, chug your fist. Shotgun your
I'm gonna
fist.
shotgun my fist. The one time I shotgunned ever was at an
Was your
art
fist?
gallery.
Okay.
So, and
Was it
they're
like
like,
wine
people
and
come
brie?
and
Like, what
shotgun
was
part
it?
of the performance.
There's honestly more alcohol in this fist right now than probably
I'm
a beer
sober.
can.
Okay, guys. So then let's take on to.
That's a bad video.
I want to
I wish I
retake.
were
Alcohol in this
I'm
filmmaker
sober.
like this than any other filmmaker.
Okay.
I want to retake on the timeline of the pre and the writing that we already talked about, and we already talked about like the stuff that was included and the shooting and the shooting of the film I just
We can
finished.
flip on it.
Yeah.
So I want to hear a little
Can
bit
give
more
you-
about
How long did it take?
what's
From-
gonna be involved in the continuation of
That's-
making of this film.
Good
Yeah.
question. What's the asset?
Because
Trying to run away.
don't run away.
Don't run away.
Because
No, you should
What's
explain
that
your
same
process.
question?
the film
Final
was
Cut
we just shot the film. You know, you just shot the film like
Nick, you're
like
an
fire,
angel.
scene by scene.
you.
With Lindsay and
That's
Chris and
funny.
Sarah like just lived in this at No Nation
Yeah.
for at least 2 weeks,
It was awesome.
sleeping here, waking up,
I slept pretty hard. with
shooting, maybe eating. I never saw them eating.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Really?
and then shooting again, and then shooting again, and shooting just like burning through scenes,
Yeah.
and then just like going to sleep maybe, and then the next day
Oh, I
would be
definitely
like
went to sleep.
the next day was like, okay, wake up, come here, and shoot again, and shoot again, and shoot again, and then just go to sleep, continue shooting and making the film. So I want to know what is the next part in the process of making the film about.
A lot of sleeping and a lot of eating. But then,
You think,
oh yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna start running. That's gonna be my new regiment. But what is it? The next the next
That's your
3
next
months.
project, running.
Yeah. No, like, cause I gained so much stress weight during a movie. Like this time it's like 30 pounds. So like, what is it? The next 3 months it'll be / running / editing assembly of the movie, and then after that 3 months, I'll have like an extra space where I can make the miniature sets. So I'm gonna be doing that, and it'll be a mix of like, kind of like in Video Diary we had like 3D sets, but I think I'm gonna even experiment like more with just like kind of 2-dimensional / 3D, where it's like paintings with shit popping out of it. So
And how do you make this?
yeah, we were talking. Yeah, you want to talk about more of the comic book stuff because that was like a
haven't thought it
new.
out
No,
really.
no.
Yeah, me neither. So-
Before you move on, say a little bit of what you make the sets out of.
Oh, crap. So
Just jump, right?
yeah, it's mainly poster
This
board
should be
from
like a-
Walgreens. So
Step
and
by
You keep
step.
dropping all these corporate
I
names.
just
You're
want.
gonna
I know.
I want to think about like a step by step.
I live near Walmart.
But it's not-
way
but
of
it's
making
not-
a film, you know.
Well, for
For kids
I
that
love how
want
you
to
do that
like
like you're
join.
bragging.
Well,
I
here's
love
a funny
because
thing
you're
from
laundry.
Video
Anyone can make this
Diary.
happen.
Like the girl who was producing the last film, Video Diary, like her ex at the time was like, "Why are you working on this film? It looks so crappy." With like, 'cause I was building one of the first sets, and then like he saw me shoot it, and he's like, "Oh man, you George Lucas that shit,"
Yeah.
you know? So
Well-
because it looks different on camera, and I know
Yeah.
that. So.
Yeah, I think
And a lot of people don't, I think. You know, like
it's,
don't
it's
know
so
like
hard
crap
for
can
people
look
to
great.
look, like to look beyond the thing itself. You
Yeah.
know, you have to like look at the thing and see its potential.
Yeah,
I mean,
like you and the walkie-talkies.
Yeah, well, William was saying earlier, like where does newness come from? You know, newness is what,
Oldness,
the
revamped.
idea that you bring to the thing. You know, you can turn into something new. You know what I mean? Like, but your process is the assembly of the film, the cut. Then you see what you actually have to make sets for and whatnot, and then you
Yeah.
make the miniatures, shoot the miniatures, key the miniatures behind what we've shot,
Yeah,
and do it piece by piece.
in After Effects.
Yeah.
Can I ask a dorky question? You just answered it, maybe. Post production for people that want to dork out is After Effects, and how are you compositing? Because we all know that it's green screen. Are you doing all After Effects?
No, like most of
What are
it
you cutting? What are you cutting with?
on Final Cut 7, fuck Final Cut 10.
Lindsay,
So-
what are you doing?
Nick!
Upgrade, come on.
I know, you want me to upgrade, but I like the
Yeah, I
text.
want you to get with the times.
Lindsay,
The times are done! So,
Get with the New York Times.
Times
They
New
just
Roman.
I'll go to
officially-
New York eventually, but
I mean,
not right
so,
now.
like,
It's not the time.
Yeah.
So-
Get on a New York groove.
The reality.
Here's the thing, Final Cut 7 and all that
Gotta
shit
give rock
has
and roll
its
to you.
own aesthetic to it,
Yeah.
whereas After Effects and Premiere has a much cleaner, fine cut aesthetic, which
Like your
kinda-
post production pipeline is gonna be After Effects and Final
No,
Cut 7.
I never want to put After Effects first. It's always Final Cut 7, so I can bring Final Cut 7 back. I know. Yes.
It's
All right.
important. It's like really important shit.
It is because Final Cut 7 is a great way to edit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
It
is.
was like 5 years ago.
Last movie I made was 5 years ago.
That's what.
So-
An update with the time.
But I think that is one of the things that matters the most for me, at least in terms of the making of this film. That is, it's almost like out of time.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
out
it's
of
like
time.
an almost 80s nebula world.
In my experience of like watching this film being made, is about using what you have at your disposal, you know, and we have arrived at a time in history where we have like the basic tools to just edit something in a timeline and then organize it and have like a green screen, and we could just like make anything. So it's like Final Cut 7, Final Cut 6, any sort of
Editing software.
editing software that will allow you to like put something behind and something in front of it is just like
Yeah.
working. Right? It doesn't matter. You know, if anyone wants to make a film, it doesn't really matter if they have the latest program or some other program. It's just about like, for me, what I like was most inspired in terms of what you were doing is just like we're just doing it, and this can just be organized in any sort of program that you like want to use.
Even if you-
Not
It's like
iMovie,
we're-
I mean, you can use. Hell, I use iMovie.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just
I use
know
Windows
Movie
fucking
even.
Movie Maker.
I've seen your title cards, yes.
All right, go to hell. All right,
Oh,
all right,
one
listen.
who uses Final Cut 7's one to talk.
Hey, he was the one who turned me on to Impact.
All right, Impact rules.
Impact's
It-
classic
Impact
fun.
does
Classic
rule.
fun.
Impact is great, but I think really,
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's fun to do? Make an impact. Guess what impact
And
does? Make an
dull.
impact.
Oh, it certainly does. Okay, but I think I agree with you that it's just about like the it doesn't change. It's putting blocks together. You know?
Yeah.
And montage
Like
is still
Brazil.
montage. And yeah, it's
But wait a
blocks of time
minute.
and
Can we
space.
back up?
Yeah.
Blocks, right? The most important blocks to making what you did happen. Is
He named
it
them just now.
like what is it? It's like the constituent parts, right? For you, is it the actors? Is it post production? Is it distribution? What did you need to know you can make happen, or did you just do it all and not give a fuck?
I would say the last thing you
or
said. is the
not
biggest
not
thing.
not care. Do you know what I mean? Like, what part of the process? Because for a lot of people that have a lot of ideas, you might have a script, even if it's on a napkin.
Like J.K. Rowling.
How do you process that?
I think you just have to, first you have to make it. And I don't think an end game, you're not marketing a product really unless you are, but we were making a movie. So it's just like you just make it, and I think the constituent part is just the shot, which is the actor, the background, which might come later.
Which came first for this?
The script came first, so I'd say the script was the first element, so then the actor. But we did talk a lot about the aesthetic of it a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like we always kind of talk about the aesthetic while we're talking about everything else.
Yeah, they
in a way.
parallel each other. You would be working and showing me things like, oh, what about this? This looks like this. How about this? You'd shoot something like, okay, like, oh, we're doing this writing wise. This smell, and there was points where I was like, I don't know, is this
Oh, they're gonna
connecting?
blend, yeah.
Really?
And then we'd be like, it should be more like this to change, to move together.
Well,
You know what I
it was weird with the script writing process. There were things like, even things I didn't like in the moment, I knew I could make work.
Yeah.
And then once we got further and further to actually shooting it, we would change the script a little bit, to match. Like me and Sarah were talking about like the gypsy versus the witch
Yeah.
stuff. Like her and I are much more in tune with witch culture
Oh, yeah.
than gypsy culture.
Yeah.
So, although when I talked to my mother, I told her about the script. She's like, "Oh, the gypsy thing would have been really funny." I'm like, "Fuck you, mom."
Yeah.
So,
That's what
yeah.
it is. The movie's about. Fuck you. But
Fuck you, mom. It really is.
But I feel like, and I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like also like when we're talking about constituent parts, I mean,
What does constituent mean?
like a thing that constitutes something else.
Right.
Like a
Individual.
small piece, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, thank you.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, Chris spent you guys both in film school made a lot of shorts, in your undergrad film school experience, made a lot of shorts that are great. I recommend everyone seeing them. But Chris spent a lot of time like making, taking a flip cam that was like $90 and like making, videos that were about scenery that he was seeing, or like being in a bathroom,
Yeah.
or like going to a Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Yeah.
And like when those topics might not be interesting to someone necessarily to watch, but I feel like when you look at those things, me being Chris's girlfriend, I've had to watch them.
Many times.
And mainly
Maybe
during
not Chris's
sex.
girlfriend,
But
I'd watch them too.
what I see, and because I don't have the background that they do, and as someone who doesn't work with a camera, what I see is what you're really doing is you're learning about what the camera sees.
Yeah, it's sketching.
And so I think that it's like just like if you were an artist in a different medium, if you were a painter or a photographer, it's about learning what you see as the artist versus what is going to be seen as the viewer. And so I think about when you're making something even as low budget as this, or even in front of green screen, a lot of it seems to be about not even necessarily this. I mean, the script was great, and that was a really good starting point. And we had so many great people as actors coming in, but it also seemed like being like, what do you guys do with the camera?
Yeah.
And how do you understand it and what it sees?
Yeah, to me it was like at a certain point I said the camera is the pen, you know what I mean? And I wanted to write with the camera. But then I realized that the camera is like blind of meaning. So I would start shooting things and I would look at what I shot and cut it together and be like, this is meaningless. This doesn't say anything. But I got better and better at it. And then with this, now it's like, yes, I understand the shot. I understand what this meaning is, how you connect things. And you can go against that if you want, or you can do it. But I think you have to train with the camera and using it and get very in sync with it. That's what that stuff is just practice.
Yeah.
Some good stuff comes out, some of it's horrible.
Well, it's funny because like you and I as like filmmakers separately are very, very different. And just like our sensibilities and our aesthetics and everything. So, but that like kind of helps us inspire each other.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, film school.
No comment.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I think
It
so.
was worth it
For
because
everyone's like,
so.
because that's a big argument, right? We
I
all
think
know
it's-
that. Like,
Film
Chris,
school,
there,
Meet
everybody.
some fuckers. Get some
Yeah, meet the
Yeah,
good
yeah,
fuckers. You
Yeah.
get, yeah.
You go to the library,
I don't regret
watch
it at all.
as many things you can, and make friends with people
Wait,
that you
wait,
respect.
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me isolate this right now. All right, Chris. Film school. Your interpretation.
I think that it's a great place to meet people that maybe want to do things that are similar to you, to make great friends that have similar interests.
And you still work with those people.
I
that you
still
met
work
in
with
Yeah.
the
film
same people, you know, because it's
I'm
like
the only one not in New York.
it's if you want
Oh,
to make
Nick too.
films and you know you're not hanging around with other people that want to make films.
pull you out of that.
How are you gonna make? It's simple. Like how are you gonna make your movies? So I think it is worth it to meet people, then just to kind of be inundated, like just in film for a long time. Watch as much as you can, learn what you can, but film school is not going to make you a filmmaker, but it's going to set you on a road to attempt to make films if you want to. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you're not going to learn how to be a filmmaker, but you're going to meet people that you can make a film with. And when you make a film, you learn.
Yeah, I was
You know?
gonna meet them in your year. You were like 2 years ahead of me.
I'm old. You know?
It's
Me
like
too.
catching a momentum to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to
We all see a reflection
have the idea
of all
of
coming down.
wanting to
Yeah.
something, meeting your friends that are like moving towards something and then just jumping on the river
Yeah.
that has already a
Yeah.
flow and then just like following the
Yeah.
flow with your mind.
To totally put down what Chris
Good.
said, I feel like any creative schooling, if you don't have the kind of natural talent, it's not going to work out for you, but you can learn the techniques and also, like I did in school, meet a lot of other weirdos that you need to meet people that are on their same wavelength and not people that agree with you entirely, but people who's like, you almost have like a little rhythm, a little language with them
Yeah.
where it's like, this is like this movie, and you can say this is like this movie, and the other person will know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like you need to like this is like this shot. You don't have to show them. It's like I want something that's like 2019 Fall of New York. You know, like and someone
Yeah.
will get that, and it's like okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
knew people who went to film school and the people who didn't meet, who didn't seem to come away from that experience with, or other art schools, you know, doing something else, who didn't come through that experience with a group of people that they feel like they can work with, they don't make anything.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
go into another,
You
their,
know?
their next desire.
Or they, you know, they have to let some of their, you know, I'm not gonna say dreams because that's too intense, but some of their hopes, you know, and their ideas go because they didn't meet people who could help them facilitate not necessarily exactly what they wanted to do, but like, you know, half or a third or a fourth of what was kind of in their mind to make at some point.
Yeah. You're also gonna just make better friends if you like have
Are
similar
honest,
goals,
too.
you know, and like you know what I mean? Like one of my best friends from school doesn't make films anymore.
Danny?
He's still one of my best friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And he sees everything, we talk about everything. He tells me what's bullshit. Like
He
when
donates to everything.
He donates to everything.
And honestly, to putting in the super generic advice where it's like, you need to, if you want to do something, do it yourself. That is true. That is the truest advice I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Where if something's not happening for you, make it happen for yourself, and you can do it no matter, if you have the passion, which all these people have the passion, and the means to do it, you can do it. And you just have to fucking do it.
It's
Like,
hard.
you can't wait for anyone, you just need to fucking make it happen for yourself. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's total, like, you know, keep your standing on the ground and reaching for the stars bullshit, but, like, it's true. That's
love
the
Barbra
truest
Streisand.
thing about ground independent filmmaker. You just need to fucking make it happen, because time's never gonna be right, you're never gonna have the money, you're never gonna have the resources you want,
Yeah.
you just need to fucking do it.
You're never gonna be less depressed.
Yeah, exactly.
You're never gonna be
Yeah.
We aim for 20,000 on it.
depressed because you're not making the movie.
Yeah, art is,
And
art is the freest therapy you'll ever get, but also the biggest cause of you to go to therapy again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, say that again, William.
Make the fucking movie!
Yeah.
That is what's gonna make you less depressed. Make the fucking movie.
Yeah, the Prozac vlog was Hitchcock's last cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I think that's the summation right there. Mm-hmm. Just make it. You can
That's
make
a
it.
summation, yeah.
That means the
Shoot
end,
it.
right?
Press record. And shoot it. I know that you guys like wrote this script in a year, but still,
But when it comes down to it, it's finally press record and
That's
do
a
it.
physical
Yeah.
thing.
write your scene, whatever you want.
What
Press
is it?
record, shoot it.
And it's weird when you're writing
Get
it,
these
like,
guys to like act for
Yeah.
you.
it's weird though when we first started writing it, I was like, fuck, this is a Tuesday night. Like, am I funny tonight? Like, you know, like I just worked a whole day at my fucking
TGI.
job. Like,
Yeah, I feel like crap.
Like I'm
I'm
tired. Like I want to go home, like and you know, get in my bed with my boyfriend and like watch wrestling. Like, you know, like I want to see what like WWE is up to. You know, like, but it's like, you know, am I and you know, for me, like as you know, pretty much my first experience really writing something, I was like, fuck. So we're just doing this scene tonight, and if I don't feel like I'm like on or you know have the energy or do whatever, then but we still have to do it. And you know,
And that's like what the shooting was too.
but
you know?
then believe it or not, you know, you start doing it more and more and you don't even think about that. You're just like, this is what we're doing tonight, and
Yeah.
we just gotta get it done. I mean, I'm sure you experience that all the time
There's
with the
certain
stuff you do.
a point where it's like you need to tell your brain to shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and just be in the moment and let it happen. Cause like I've also been in the experience like, am I funny on Tuesday? It's like, no, I'm not fucking funny. I'm not fucking running right now.
Yeah.
But I just need to get something out there. I need to get, even if it's just like a 30-second burst of something.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
out there. Like, you just chip away. It's like you're chipping away at an imaginary sculpture that only you can see, but only you know what's right, and also with your collaborators. I'm assuming, like, it's almost like you share a hive mind when you're with people this much,
Yeah.
where you see things, like, you have, you know, very specific differences, but, like, the overall goal, it's like a hive mind, and you all see it one thing, and you're all chipping away at it, but only you can see it. And it's like,
You gotta make a little dent. Even
Yeah.
if you can only do a little
Yeah,
thing at that one, because
exactly.
like one good joke or one
Yeah.
good line or whatever, you did a
Yeah.
little thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
work. The thing that people, you also have to realize is that like, it's maybe a dirty word, maybe the wrong word, but it's work. You know
It
what I
is
mean?
work,
Like,
yeah.
But it's something you choose to do.
especially
It's-
writing.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
effort, and like you do it because you really you do it because you love it, but that doesn't mean you want to do it in that moment.
No, yeah.
If you only did it when you wanted to do it, you would never do it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
Because what you really want is to wake up one morning and the
And
fucking
to be
movie's
done.
done.
And it's
Yeah,
done.
fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's about because
The
think about how
process.
hard like people work all around the world every day, minimum wage or less. It's terrible. So if you have the luxury to put work toward the thing that you want
Yeah.
to make art, you better fucking do.
Yeah, you gotta do
You know,
it.
like
and
do
for
it.
real.
You know, like, and that's really important to me. Is to be like,
Aw, thank you.
you know, we are lucky. We have a luxury.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to. So I'm going to work hard to make a good
Yeah.
Yeah, just
thing, even when I don't want to.
No, you're lighting
Because when you got to go clock in and do your
Isn't that the
terrible
worst
job that you don't like, you don't have a choice in that. So why do I have the choice to be like,
fuck,
oh,
totally
I don't
fucked
want
up,
to do
fuck.
the movie.
I'm not gonna get the
I
chance to
feel
get
like I'm
tonight.
tired.
Yeah.
No, that's more your job.
No, I mean that
You know?
that happened
Totally
so many
fucked
times,
up.
you know.
I'm not gonna get the chance to
'cause
get tonight. Yeah.
I still kind of like had to
That's
pseudo
why I told you,
do my
let's see.
job
Fuck,
while
oh,
I was
fuck, I'm not gonna
here,
get the chance.
and you picked up some
Yeah.
shit for your job.
Yeah.
We can both kind of like work from anywhere,
In there, I'm fine.
and
I
you know,
I
it would
think
be
I
like
pronounce your last name wrong.
a
all
big
the
thing
time.
was like that kind
I
of
think I
feeling
add
of like
another
every day,
N
even
to
we
it.
had
As I
worked
say,
super
din
long
and
hours
bird.
here.
What's din and bird?
It was
Everyone
just like
does that.
about being
I
like
know.
Not the only
I'm
one.
very,
great,
yeah.
great. I mean,
Didn't
it's
know.
cheesy, but it's like
Din-
about being like
dinning.
grateful of like, holy shit, we get to
Dinning
do our
or
thing.
bird.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
awesome. Another thing though, I wanted to
Dinning
say
or
based
bird.
on
Yeah, Denny
Nick's
Borg.
kind of
Oh,
like
no, it's
hive
like
mind
the,
thing
the villain from
was that like
I like
Star Trek.
it was funny when
I'm
you
awesome.
when you start working with people for long enough on a project, how much you're kind of envisioning the same things without even realizing it.
Yeah.
Like the girl who came in to play Josie, like the best friend in the movie. She
also
comes
like
in,
getting,
Shayna, who's fantastic in the movie,
I kept
comes
calling
in
it Lost Diary of the
and
Video Girl,
she
too.
like walks through the door, and I'm like,
Remember when we were in New York? I kept calling
holy
it the Lost
shit,
Diary of the Video
that's
Girl?
exactly that.
Yeah.
But this is
Like,
just some
Video
girl that
Diary.
Lindsay
Yeah, I was like,
knew
what the fuck
from
is
like
this
the
movie
video
called?
store
The
where
one
she
you did,
works.
it's very good. I
I was
like it,
just
but I
like,
can't remember
holy
the name of
crap,
it.
It's so
that's
fucking
Josie.
long, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was like that's the exact person
works.
that I had in my head.
It's my own
To play this
dyslexia.
character,
Yeah.
and you're just like,
Darn it.
how did this happen?
Yeah, I mean,
Borg.
there's
Yeah, Borg.
I don't know how.
I've fucking seen that.
luck. You
It's
know?
kind of like the beauty of film. It's the beauty of filmmaking when you have a lot of shit happening, and it's just like an orchestration of like the Big Bang, and
I love the Big
like
Bang.
you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen
Yeah,
for real,
OG Big Bang.
but like it's a lot of beauty.
Is that a weed strain?
It condescends.
It's
well,
also
not
a
condescends.
cosmic
It
phenomenon.
descends
Oh, I've
into
never
some
heard of
type of.
No, it's that great show on CBS, Big Bang Theory. That's what it's all about.
I think
yeah.
Johnny
my favorite part
Galecki.
is
Yeah.
is that all the things going on.
It's like
but then there's
nerds,
this
but they're, like,
exhilaration
funny
when you're just
somehow.
like
I don't know.
you don't
It
you're
works.
not
I think
thinking
about
anything.
it.
Yeah.
Like to me, like it's like almost like this kind of like no
Oh,
mind
no.
like thing where it's all of a sudden like I'm just doing, we're working together, you're
But they
picking
like
that up, I'm doing this.
Crack wise and stuff.
I'm
good
thinking
meeting
so much
back
for
and
so many
forth.
years. I thought so much, and I like doing films because you're so busy and you're so like going
Yeah.
intense. It's like you're not thinking, and that's the exhilaration.
Oh, when
where
we're
you're like-
shooting, like,
yeah.
and like one of my favorite moments was like one of the first shots. I think it was like the fourth take of the first shot, like where you
On the first
kinda
day,
just,
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first day you kind of just grabbed me and you're like, we're making the movie.
Yeah, that's real.
And I'm like,
Real,
shit, yeah, we are.
Right.
And I thought you were trying to keep me from like going into the shot, but like Lindsay, you're not in front of the lens at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know.
But there's a certain point. Like, yeah, that's when I get to the point where it's like all of a sudden I'm just like, you know, just doing in sync with the art, you know, and making it, and not like being like maybe this, maybe that. Just knowing.
No, yeah, even like when we were doing the very last scene, there were things in the script like the death certificate and things like that.
We're
where
both just like no. Yeah.
yeah, we didn't even talk about it,
No,
but we
just
knew.
know what's
so,
extraneous at a certain point.
Yeah, we and like I mean I could squiggle some lines on a paper, but fuck it. So, yeah.
That's your yeah.
What?
That's you in a nutshell. I could squiggle some
Yeah.
lines on a paper, but fuck it.
I mean, that actually ties to my review, which is, could use some more paper with line squiggles on it.
Yeah.
But fuck this movie.
I
Yeah.
mean, every movie could use more lines and squiggles on it, but my squiggles are mine.
Yeah. That was the deal breaker for me. Not enough papers with line squiggles on it, so fuck this movie.
Yeah.
St. Clair Funeral.
You
Squiggle,
couldn't have put a
squiggle,
couple
squiggle,
squiggles on that paper?
Yeah, just some kind of false writing. that
My
I
favorite thing
like,
for Chris's phone is that he
imagining a
made
full,
all
like,
the
document
photos
made
of
out
the
of-
movie.
Yeah, you know, a little squiggle line break, a little squiggle line break. You couldn't have done that.
Can you tell me your
could be
process
Latin, I
of
don't
when
know,
you
that
went to
sounds great.
Walgreens and you picked out the fucking what is it,
Oh,
walkie-talkies
yeah.
for the phone?
So we got. It's funny the way this film
'Cause I was
works
working
is
on it
that
all
we
night
have
before.
we had people build coffins, but yet we didn't have the foresight
could find
to
for
get
both.
telephones that are needed in the scenes. Yeah, build a giant tiki bar that looks like a pineapple, but the person has. We don't have a phone for them to answer. So I was like,
That's not a cell phone.
yeah, we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do? So I was at Walgreens picking up some like food or something. I was getting some batteries.
Yeah.
And I just looked, and I was in the toy. I went in
For
the
me,
toy
yeah,
aisle,
period.
and I saw
been
that
a
was
month.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if this was a Spider-Man walkie-talkie. I know Walgreens. My friend.
Yeah. I saw Spider-Man
I love
walkie-talkies,
Walgreens.
and I looked at it, and I'm like, that could be a phone. Like, and I bought him.
You bought it.
I was so excited.
And I made a half-ass phone out of a fucking. I don't even know what it was. Honestly.
Yeah, and I showed it, and I'm like, this is the phone. And
Yeah.
I took him, and I
Put him in the leopard
put
print
leopard
tape.
print tape on it and taped them together into a phone, and I was so proud.
Yeah,
I'm so
I was
happy,
proud of
know?
you.
Yeah, because
So-
I like making films with you because there's a lot of little projects.
Yeah.
It's like, how are we going to do this? Let's make a little piece of art
Like the
to
Chinese
put into
box.
this work of art.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah, what
Chinese
was it? Your
box,
last
yeah.
phone was like the pièce de résistance, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
So I love that fucking phone. It's a black phone and all black tape, of
I
course.
mean, that's what's crazy, but it's like a four-dimensional Russian nesting doll of things to do.
Yeah. I mean,
I am the littlest doll. in the middle.
I
I thought
think
you'd need the giant hand with no.
You
thing
think
going
that,
on.
but I'm the little stall.
the agreement we came to, like kind of unsaid a long time ago, was like, can you make a movie like this? And we were like, yeah, you can.
Yeah,
And we both believe that, so it's just kind of like, yeah, okay.
we made it before.
Yeah. But
Wet Skin was our, like,
even if we
breaking
hadn't, it was
point,
like,
so-
oh, can we make a movie like this? Well, let's believe that we can and do it.
Believe.
Yeah. And it's
Believe
like,
is the fucking thing.
Yeah,
Like Peter Pan.
something like that.
Yeah, let's save Tinkerbell, everybody. Come
Here,
on.
my
Yeah, let's save them.
Yeah, let's save Tinkerbell.
Dad, come on!
Julia Roberts, go fuck yourself.
Right.
Oh, look.
So now we've
But I do
got,
like Mystic Pizza.
we've got to get on a plane at
That's true.
10 a.m.
What,
to go back
how much time are you getting
Tonight?
here?
No, in
But
the
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
you have hours.
Oh my god.
Tickets but
This is
long.
great. If you ever you've ever done something and you're like, oh, this is gonna work out, and then you think about yourself getting interviewed for it, and like what you'd answer the questions for, like this is good because it's like an instant gratification thing. Of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I always have disassociation thing where it's like, I'm gonna book a flight for like super early in the morning, and everyone's just like, it's my last night here, let's fucking party! And like, oh, I don't ever like reconcile the two parts of my personality that do that.
No, it's not human.
Not.
It was like, it's my last night
All
here.
you
I'm gonna
see
take it
is, like,
pretty.
It's that
pretty
non-human
quiet, yeah.
side.
Some of those like sunglasses with like slits, and
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yeah. I just have Venetian blind sunglasses on the entire time.
Shayna had some skull like
Yeah.
visor sunglasses or something.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Venetian blind sunglasses, that's me.
Ms. Venetian Blind.
Oh,
glasses.
like the Tim Daly, Shawnee Young vehicle.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the dead box?
Yeah, let's talk about
That's
the
a
dead
good
box.
way to like kind of sum up how
The dead box
how
has
the
been in
movie is
many
made.
boxes.
So at a certain point we had
a dead box.
Lindsay had a box she was referring to as the dead box. And that's pretty much how the movie was made, was like, it just was things over months and months and months
I'm
that
actually
she collected that were like
so I like
skulls.
hey, you
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Death kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Any dead
It's
thing.
the
So when we
nerdiest
do a
thing
scene,
was
we'd be like,
it's
oh, what can we
yeah,
use here?
smell terrible.
Go to the dead box.
Go to the dead box. Like,
Yeah.
and she had boxes of crap. And like,
But
that's
the
kinda-
dead box was the box.
Yeah, but that's kind of just how, in a nutshell, how the movie was made.
That
bunch
and
of
that deeper
stuff.
fabric, which
Yeah,
I
just
put
a
in
bunch
your
of stuff
bag.
and be like, oh, let's go to that.
Being here for like a month.
Yeah,
and now
what
you're
was
like,
it? The
you
dead
did-
box really came into play in the last dream sequence
When's your
with the skulls on.
Yeah.
I gave the
I
skulls
meant
away.
you could take us something off for
No, of course it's okay.
The zero room is actually way more bright. It's way more
I
bright.
am an
It's a good
editor
thing.
in a magazine called Art Antiques, which is like a fine art magazine.
I don't have anything else to say, but
But I freelance
thank
in other
you.
places.
Yeah. I like the
I
dead.
just kind of assume everyone
And
is
this
like,
guy
I'm a
too.
writer. Like, oh, you must
So-
work for multiple
Thank you.
places.
Yeah.
No, thank you
Yeah,
guys so
primarily that place
fucking
I've
much.
worked
in. Lonnie,
So
thank you
great
for
that
that.
the film was
Yeah, yeah.
like shot in this
Oh,
location.
I just got a
It's
lot.
like everyone's house.
Yeah.
This was that I didn't at no moment I felt that like
Enjoy certain amount of
it was too late or too
Yeah.
early. It was like the
Yeah.
most important thing was happening at this place was
Thank
the
you.
shooting of the
Oh,
film.
yeah, yeah.
I'm so happy that it happened
And,
here.
yeah.
I liked just getting to hang out with you every time I saw
Yeah,
you.
I haven't been to the dead.
Smiled at me and I was like,
That's not a joke.
No, I
Keep
believe
going.
you because I haven't been there in a long
That's
time.
Yeah.
biggest nightmare.
I'm totally gonna have
is
a
the day
bagel.
that I
It's just
find
like,
out
yeah.
It was like I said earlier, it's like if you want to shoot a film, get this guys. If you want to shoot a film, get yourself
Yeah.
to shoot the film because you can do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
You can do it, guys.
Yeah.
For under
Yeah, every time
$2,000.
everyone just like, you got very good.
Yeah, what is the
Available
chances
lighting,
That makes a
green
lot of sense.
screen,
Yeah.
you can do it.
yeah.
right.
Thank
Like,
you.
is this because I never floss?
Thank you,
I always say I
everybody.
floss, but I never do. It's like,
Are your
yeah, that
arms
makes
tired?
I'll floss for a little while and then it'll make
I'm
my gut
amazed.
hurt.
Yeah, how much shit is happening right now?
Someone described flossing as like, oh, you floss before you go to the dentist, like you're cramming for like a